Hey folks, my name is Rene Enriquez and you are watching Uncensored.
This is Rene Enriquez. Nickname Bootser. Black Hand of the Mexican Mafia. Prison gang politics.
Hey folks, my name is Rene Enriquez and you are watching Uncensored. Well, look who's back in town. Old Uncle Fester. I mean, look at the inset. Doesn't he look just like the guy? Give him some bug eyes and that's him. Well, this call involves, it's a lengthy call, so we're going to bust it in a couple of pieces. But I'm going to do a little background on this first because it necessitates a little bit of history, right? Remember Fox's Get Down. Any new carnal, he has to call and personally verify. And he puts them through the ringer. He schools them, he checks them, he questions the veracity of their membership. He wants to know who made them. He does the whole thing, right? And it really, it shows the caliber of politician that Fox is, right? And what he does to newer members. Rather than rushing forth to embrace them and educate them and school them, I mean, he marginalizes people. And you've seen that when he did it to a couple of brothers. And he did this to Cartoon as well, right? Remember, he did it to Cartoon. That's his get down. Fox likes to get his nose in everybody's business. I think that's a true definition of a politician right there. And you're going to hear it in this call, right? But remember, this case was preceded. Well, actually, this call occurred before the unfortunate demise of Dominic Dominguez. That's Solo, because the case involves Solo, and the call actually involves Solo Dominguez, which is Dominic Dominguez, Solo from Bacas, and Cartoon Loza, right? Excuse me, Fox Tapia. But Cartoon is the individual who ended up eliminating Solo. In fact, I did a Google search and I found this. Los Angeles, a Mexican Mafia member and shot caller of the Santa Fe and Whittier-based Cantarana street gang was sentenced today to life plus an additional 30 years in federal prison for leading the wide-ranging criminal enterprise and for murdering a rival gangster at a San Gabriel Valley restaurant in 2016. That's when Cartoon met Solo Dominguez at a restaurant and boom, 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 eliminates him. Also, Loza was shot in the leg in that exchange. Solo's bodyguard exchanged gunfire. His bodyguard was shot multiple times, and an innocent pregnant woman was also hit by multiple rounds of fire. Fortunately, she survived, and there was no harm to the baby. So this was a pretty complex case. I mean, it was bifurcated, right? So that means there were multiple trials. I testified in 4 of them, 4 of the trials. And as a result of this thing, both Jose Loza Cartoon and Güero Smooth from Bacas and T-Bug testified as Mexican Mafia experts, right? And it's one thing to get up there and in your own defense and testify, but it's another to get up there and acknowledge the existence of the organization. So I think this is where some of the complexities came in for Cartoon Loza here. And April 19th is when the actual elimination occurred in 2016. After that, he was great. I mean, he met a little controversy along the way, but he could have survived that, right? In fact, in this call here, you're going to hear Mike Lerma, Dogmouth Mike, or Big Mike from Pomona, confirm that Loza is, in fact, a member. Because he came in under controversy. His whole induction was questioned by, first, Fox Tapia, and then other cardenales. Fox had quite a bit of influence at one time.
That's what I was asking. Home told me about, because some of these people were asking about that guy from Cantarana, and I asked Homeboy about it yesterday, and he confirmed that that was the real thing right there, right? Because some people were saying that it wasn't.
Oh, no, that one is.
Okay, so that's the real deal. Okay, so yeah, that's good right there. We'll get that out the way, because I think that was putting a little, messing things up right there as far as communication with him and the other people that are there and all that. They were just waiting to hear for sure if everything was cool right there.
Yeah.
You know, and like I told him, I told homie, I said, look, man, you get somebody that drives up right there, because the homeboy made it seem that nobody was looking out for dude or something like that. But I checked and they said they were, but they were just waiting to see what was up. Quién es el vato and all that, right? So, and that was even right here and there, it's hard to communicate.
Yeah, let me put it this way: in 2002, before he went home, his homeboy from Cantaranas.
Right.
And Richie from the Avenues and Will Smooth, right?
Right.
Those three had considered it then at that time, but it actually didn't go through until about 2.5, 3 years ago.
Okay.
So those three had him at that time in mind, and they were trying to push it. But at that time, man, they said, we'll wait, because he was going home.
Right.
He never came back. Actually, he started moving his feet real nicely for us. And he stood there all this time until, we all got out here and got caught up. He got caught up.
Right. Okay.
So that is a call that is between Mike Larman, the last guy talking, and I believe that was Mosca from San Fernando. I could be mistaken. But they have an extensive conversation about Loza's status, right? After Fox put him to the ringer, he still went through controversy, right? Then he does this thing, right? He does this thing, and he gets they politic on him after the trial, right? Everybody starts politicking on him, and I believe Fox is one of the key promoters of this campaign against Loza, right? And so what's his status, right? What's his status? And on March 30th, 2022, he was a victim of assault with a weapon at Atwater, USP, right? He was attacked by one Sureño and one resident. He received non-life-threatening injuries. However, Loza was struck in the face with the weapon. Custody staff overheard Morales speaking to other Sureños after the incident, stating he had to do it, right? So he got whacked as a result of that, for getting on the stand and acknowledging his membership in the organization. But it could have been this right here that did it, because Rube was on his radar immediately, right? Or he was on Rube's radar. I want you to hear this call between Rube and another individual about the Armenians that Loza was taxing.
Hello?
You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. This call is from
Jimmy Soto.
an inmate at a federal prison. This call is being recorded and is subject to monitoring. Hang up to decline the call or to accept, dial 5 now. If you wish to block any future calls of this nature, dial 7 now.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, this is Rube, man. Rube Soto.
The bro?
Huh?
Yeah, I know who you are. Mucho gusto, tío.
Okay, yeah, you know who I'm representing, man. The thing about it is this move that you vatos got going with is a personal friend of mine. You guys are stepping on our toes. You're stepping on our toes real bad. I want you to send word to Cartoon or whatever his fuck his name is, an MDC, and tell him to back up off of this guy. Because this guy is a personal friend of mine and of the MA, you know? And we don't want no... you follow what I'm saying? You already got away with a little something, so be glad you got that, and back up off of this guy.
Okay, Theo. At the end of the day, I'm just doing what a brother tells me.
Okay. Yeah, but see, this cartoon's not a brother, man. You know, I don't know where he come from, but he's faking, man. And
okay, well, from what all the other brothers I speak to, they told me he is a brother.
Well, man, if he is, they must have just put him in a state joint or something, and none of us are aware of it, you know. But irregardless of that, tell him that he's stepping on our toes in here. That this guy's a personal friend of ours, and he's been taking care of us, and for him to, you guys to back up off of him, leave him alone. Tell him to go tell the dude that's in NBC with him that they talked to some people, and they're not going to fuck with him no more. To forget about everything that's happened.
Okay,
right?
I'll go ahead and I'll relate that message. I'll tell him.
Because
not a problem.
If it keeps up like it is, man, you know, it's not going to be pretty, man. You know, we got people over there in the MDC too, you know. So anyway, we don't need to talk about it too much. You know what to do, and you know what I want you to do, right?
Yeah, I'll relate the message. This is you said Rube, right? Tell him Rube said that.
Tell him Rube Soto, man. Rube Soto.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Okay.
All right, Teal.
Okay, take care.
So, controversy swirls around cartoon, right? He's in the mix. And Rube Soto, that was straight chorro of the mouth right there. I may have played this clip before in another segment. I seem to recall it's very familiar to me. But I wanted to give you some idea of what Cartoon went through. Cartoon ended up eliminating Solo Dominguez, right? I told you about that earlier, but even when he got in, you know, you had multiple carnales saying he wasn't a brother, that they questioned the veracity of his induction, and you heard Rube Soto right there flat out say it. You heard Fox Tapia question Cartoon, and then he goes and does this thing. He He eliminates Solo, and falls victim to some more of Fox's politics down the way. Could have been that. It could have been Fox. It could have been Rube Soto. Or it could have been the fact that he testified in his own defense, identifying himself as a Mexican Mafia member, as an expert in the Mexican Mafia, on the stand, in a federal trial. It's not done, right? Him, T-Bug Moreno, and Güero from Bacas did that, and it's just not done, right? T-Bug, Thomas Moreno, is still fighting that controversy. Güero Smooth from Bacas was smart enough not to say anything like that. That's why he faced no controversy. But with that said, let's do this. Let's run the call. And we're going to break down this call between Fox Tapia and Solo Dominguez. I want you to hear the conversation that he has with him, and I'll stop and interject in between. Here we go. They're obviously making a three-way call. Fox is hooking up on a three-way with Dominic Dominguez.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Hey, ¿cómo estás?
All right, what's up?
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
That's me again, the one that used to live over there with you.
Yeah.
The same one now. So, hey, like
right.
like the way we talked the last time, right? I was
Yeah.
trying to call you the other day, but I don't know, for some reason, it didn't go through, Pero como te estaba diciendo, I already talked to the other ones, and we're on the same page, and all good, and the ones on the other side, And I just, like I told you, I just want to lead you the right way, I won't, I won't feel good, like somebody else,
This call is being recorded.
the wrong way. So that's why I'm here, and it's been around for a long time, and it's my duty, my obligation, to to guide you the right way, Like I know, like Babu Lights will do the same thing for me, So,
Yeah, I know.
And anyone. So if anybody you will listen to me, listen to us, that will be me, because we know each other for a long time,
Yeah. Well, like I said, I got, they're getting at me from over there too, right? From where I left from, and and all that, and all around over there. So you know what I mean. And like homeboy asked me the other day if saying, "Are you with us?" And like I told him, it ain't about one or two. It's about everybody.
Yeah.
I'm with every, you know what I mean. I already went through that way back then with all that this side and that side. It ain't about.
The one that said this side and that side is Solo Dominguez, the guy that was eliminated by Fox, Cartoon Loza. And just note how Fox jumps in there like, yeah, I got to lead you. I'm going to lead you the right way. That is straight political manipulation right there. I've had Cartana. In fact, Guata did that to me. And I fell for it because it's really persuasive, right? It's easy to get manipulated when you seek out acceptance from your peer group, right? And the mafia members are the peer group, right? Other cardenales, you have to be liked by them, and you have to be accepted by them, or you get politic done. And you've seen the end result of the politics on both Cartoon and Solo. But let's run this and see where Fox goes with it.
It's about there's only one side.
No, it's not about sizes. No, it's not about that. It's about all of us.
It's about what's right, and that's that.
Yeah, but it's about what's right, and that's what I said. We're here to give good guidance to another, homie,
Yeah.
And just so you know this, that Sapo Fernandez who is a federal Mexican Mafia member, is Solo's stepfather. Sapo married Solo's mom, and that's his stepson. Solo is his stepfather is a Mexican Mafia member.
And
yeah, I appreciate that.
It's not about.
It's just the way he asked me though was like the way he asked me. Are you with us? And I told him I told him it ain't there ain't no us. It's all of us.
There ain't no us. And only the right side. Like when it comes to that, like the only like I said, es nosotros, all of us together. The only thing is, as long as it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah.
We cannot follow the wrong. We're always gonna follow the right. But what he was trying to tell you that they're in the right, and you were in the wrong with the other guys. But see, like they should have told you, look, this is what it is. This is what's going on. And with Erica, I think, like I said, I don't know her. I never met her before, but she's been around as long as I've been around since back then, And and I know I've been hearing since back then. His brother flipped, the first time in the 90s, And I know that they've been talking about it, and I know I've been hearing it from different people. They seen his brother coming over here and visit a few times, and I've been around the vatos. They spotted him, like after that shit happened in the 90s, and then like in 2000 también, and then recently somebody spotted his brother somewhere over here. So that's obvious that he knows where he's at.
Okay, let me stop this right here and break this down. Erica is Deadeye Ed. That's Deadeye Ed Castro. And what he's saying, what Fox is actually saying is that Chuco Castro has been spotted multiple times. And that's one of the reasons the primary reason they used to eliminate Deadeye Ed. Remember when I told you these cases were incestuous, right? They all overlapped. That every pegada, every elimination, every political campaign overlaps with everything. And now they're getting to the nitty-gritty of Deadeye Ed, right? Now, my question is that this call took place in February 15th, 2015. If Chuco had been spotted with Deadeye Ed on multiple occasions and multiple occasions, why would they not take a cell phone picture? That was never presented as part of the evidence used against Deadeye Ed. Nobody had ever thought to stop and take out their phone and take a picture, which is the simplest thing to do. You could do it from halfway down the street and still get a picture and blow it up, and you'll know who it is, right? But they never did that. I think this was a silent campaign, just slurring Deadeye Ed's name, stating that he's been seen with his brother. And remember, Chuco Castro was the guy who flipped in the Secret Hotel series, right? Secret Hotel meeting series that we did an extensive coverage on. Chuco cooperated in the 1995 RICO case, U.S. versus Alex Aguirre et al., when all the Cardenas were initially indicted with the RICO case. So Fox saying that Ed knows where he's at is a huge thing, right? It is a huge thing.
His brother, see? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of guys, you know, like us, they say, well, wait a minute. So why he, you know, I mean, why that he's still there, and why he hadn't tell us anything that he's about to come around, or if he knows anything, why this, why that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of questions.
This call is being recorded.
Yeah, well, a few people called me, and they were like, hey, you know, they want to get together. So I said, all right, I'll be there. That's that. And like I told you before, I mean, somebody calls, I ain't fucking gonna sit here and say no, I ain't going. I'm going. They got something to say. I'm gonna hear what they have to say, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. The only thing is be careful. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, right? Be careful because they could set you up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you gotta, you know. I've been around this business for so many years already, and like I said, you know what I mean. The more you've been around, the more you learn, you know. And it's like not everybody is what you think, you know. And I already see that. I know these lines like the palm of my hand. Like I told Bobby when I seen Bobby in the fence, I said, slow down, man, because you know it's not about this or that. Because he was like kind of, you know, a little aggressive with the homies pushing. I said, look, hey, homie, don't, you know, they are soldados, they are backbone. Don't mistreat the homies. You know what I'm saying? You know, this homie might not doing that good, but they might be a fucking.
The individual he's talking about is Bobby Romero, Bobby from Norwalk. He was made in the feds. And Fox is saying that he checked him for abusing camaradas. And again, there's Fox involved himself in other people's business. I think he's got the I can't help it. He just can't help it.
Loquito in the head, but let me tell you one thing. And, you know, in a war time, maybe he might be able to save your life, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, let's treat on Peter. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, like what I was saying is like, yeah, I see what you're saying about, that's about nosotros. And I guess they didn't explain themselves right to you. Like, look, this is the right side. This is nosotros, us. It's not about just that because it's nosotros, no. It's about us, all of us. But see, when certain gente, they're not in good standing or whatever, or they're messing up for some reason, of course, you know, you're going to bring it out to their attention. Look, you're messing up. But after that, you give them a warning or a couple warnings, and then at least next, you know, you got to do something about it, you know? I mean, we have to live, you know? So that's what we're at, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm here. I said, look, these vatos been in the wrong, and now what they want, basically, what the big ones on like BB and the other guy C from CR or whatever, they just want them to step down. They've been talking about it for a long time, because like I said, we in touch with them, you know.
So what he's saying is that the DB is Danny Boy Pina, Danny Boy from Hazard, right, and C from Cantaranas. The only seat from Cantaranas is Cartoon, and he's saying that they want him to step down. I think they're talking about for Cartoon to step down. Let's play it out and see if they're talking about Cartoon. They might be speaking about Deadeye Ed.
Twice a month or once a month directly with them, you know, and it's and you know, not just. I mean, we in touch with different ways, you know, and with them personally, you know, like pull them out and you know. And talk to them like that because that's the way we got it. That we got established like that. And like I said, and the homies that talk to you, I know them, and they're not going to mislead you. They might be a little, but everybody's different the way they approach people. Let's see, like me, I'm real, you know, like I'm real approachable, you know. And hay otros they're more, you know, more aggressive, you know.
Hold the presses. Hold the presses. I think I detect a little slough in Fox's voice. I've been hearing that all through the call. And we had that other call where he was totally sloughed back, right? And I think that he's sloughed right now.
I'm only aggressive when I have to be aggressive, you know? But like I was saying, I'm just here like, look, don't hang out with these people because sometimes, we gotta do that. We gotta tell our people, hey, look.
Well, look. When I go down there, like I said, they wanna talk to me. So when I go down there, I'm gonna tell them what you just said, right? That they're about stepping down. That they were already told, right?
Yeah, exactly. See, they've been told, and I'm sure the old man told them that to step down.
Yeah.
Like with Bibi. See, Bibi, right? That's the one for Lingua, right? Okay.
Yeah.
She I was
BB. That's Bam Bam from Linwood. Now I know what he's talking about. C is Cholo. Cholo from East Los, or one of those gangs, right? When they got made, there was a whole lot of controversy. I think this is what he's talking about right here. As soon as he said BB.
Trying to get a hold of her, right, for a little while because she was putting roadblocks on my people. And I said, hey, let me get a hold of her. Let me get a hold of her. So I was telling his people that I want to talk to him. When I was telling my people, hey, get a hold of her, BB, that I want to holler, I want to talk to him. But instead of, like give me a number or something where I could get a hold of him, he was like dodging me all the time. So I didn't give me no choice but to push up a little bit on him. And then when I push up a little on him, the other ones, the San Bernardino, they say, wait a minute, that's one of us. I said, okay. So there's one of us, talk to him because, his head is big, he needs to slow down, and they go, my style. They already know how I am. I don't fucking, like, you know what I'm saying, like, push on people just like that. If I'm going to push on somebody, it's because I want to.
I think the only individual out at that time, in this time period from San Bernardino, who was living in San Bernardino, was Mike Delia. I could be mistaken, but I think that was the only brother out in that area at the time, Mike Delia, and that's the guy, Mike Delia, who had his own wife eliminated because she was going to go to the Senate and reveal that Mexican Mafia members were utilizing money and grants for Mexican Mafia business.
Straight out and messing up, Oh, his head got too big and he don't want to listen. Oh, he don't want to stop doing the wrong things that he been doing, So, anyways,
the homie that came out from where I came out, he called me yesterday. Yeah.
That one, right? The little short one you're talking about? That one, right? I never spoke to him. But like I said, I never spoke to him. But I'm going to be honest with you. Like I said, I know that him and his own homeboys, right? The two homeboys of his, they sent palabra, for him to step down, And
that
like
one too?
Said, yeah. I mean, I will never lie to you. Like I said, I'm always won't be. I will never in my life will lie to another homie.
That's the one from the harbor.
Sí, el little man.
That's Frank Munoz, and lo and behold, Frank Munoz, he got eliminated as well. He got eliminated in Hawaiian Gardens, and all the people that they're telling to step down are getting eliminated, right? So you got to realize that the Mexican Mafia is alive and well and has the ability to eliminate people, right? And it does so efficiently. So yeah, the plot thickens. Let's hear it. And here you hear them talking about this stuff, like overtly. This is overt. I'm an analyst. I know exactly what they're talking about, right? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out. And it just said your call is being recorded, and it continues to talk. They say, yeah, little man. Yeah, that's the one. That's Frank Munoz.
This call is being recorded.
There we go. There's the admonition.
At that time, I didn't really pay attention to him, right? And then they said they shot word again, and the vato, like I said, they sent me word and to somebody that I know, right? And I talked to him personally, and I said, okay, look, okay, but this time, the second time, they said that everybody said he got to step down. They okay, he needs to step down because something happened, you know, and they go, well, I don't know what happened, you know, nothing, and this and that. I told them, look, you know, they were at it, I guess, you know, behind the area, you know, and something like that. But I don't know, like I said, all details, and because I don't really get involved in another barrios, you know, problems, you know. Unless they ask me to help out, then I know I step up to help out, you know. That's the only way, you know. Because now a lot of people, like I said, that's why I bump heads a little bit with Beats, because his head got too big, and he thought that maybe I can tell him nothing. The way, man, I was telling myself, you know, I've been around for a long time, and, you know, I ain't been around this long for nothing, you know, for being a dummy. You know, so never once in my whole life that I've been around the big homies been scolded by another big homie, you know. Why? Because I always walk straight line. And you will never see me walking in the bad line. Always on the right line, you know.
Says the man who was put on disregard for his politics.
You know, I'm not into the greed, money, and stuff like that. I'm in fear for the right. If I could help somebody out, and I will, I'm going to help them out. Since I've been here, you know, I've been helping out, not just here. Since I've been around, I've been helping out other people, even the ones where you left, también, the one over there, Reynoso, and the other ones, you know. And, you know, I've sent a couple of times to Black, you know, to Champ. But
so he's talking about he's sending money to brothers in Pelican Bay, to Champ Reynoso from Hazard, the head commissioner, and to other brothers in the federal prison system. That's what he's talking about.
Like I said, when I was over there, even in the feds, and in the main line, you know, you guys found out that I was over there, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, afterwards.
So,
afterwards.
I mean, yeah. So, and you know, the work runs, you know, because I was right there with one of them, with Bobby and Big Sandy. Then I went to, you know,
This call is being recorded.
over here, you know. We should escape, you know. But like I said, no, you know, I guess, like I said, you know, we just want you, you know, to be in the right direction. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, if I didn't know you,
like, you know, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna let them know, you know, all four of them. Tell them all right there, you know, what's up, and, you know, let them know this is what's said, and let them go from there, right?
So, we're going to end it here, but Solo says he's going to go down and check 4 dudes, right? That is Bam Bam from Linwood, Little Man from Wilmas, I believe Cholo, and I believe it's Deadeye Ed, but I think Deadeye Ed was already marked, right? He's not stepping down, so it could be either Little One or that Cholo, Bam Bam, and Dreamer from MS. Could be one of those individuals. That's the crew that was made by Rube Soto, but Frank Munoz emerged from the feds claiming to be a carnal, so that's clear. I think the one they called Eric at the beginning of the call is Deadeye Ed. In fact, they go back and they say that he was seen with his brother C, which is Chuco from VNE, and he was spotted multiple times. So I'm sure that's Deadeye Ed, right? So I hope you enjoyed this call. It damn sure was a humdinger. This was a humdinger of a call, and there's a lot more in this call coming, folks. So we're going to unpack this incrementally. I hope for a Monday that you enjoyed this call. I wanted to bring you a doozy and a humdinger. So there you have it, folks. As always, leave a comment, like, hype. All right, folks. With that said, have a wonderful Monday. Peace out. Stay safe.
This is Rene Enriquez. Nickname Boots.